All right, let's go. It is time to rock and roll. Post basketball is back in action here at the Drumner Center on a Saturday afternoon here in the beginning of December. Let's rock and roll. University of Bridgeport is in town for a CACC showdown. Big game here for both the women's and the men's. The women's post basketball team will play right now, and the men's are following at 3 o'clock. And with that, we say hello and welcome courtside. Griffin Castle and so glad you're with us here on the CACC Network. Huge game for both the women's and the men's team here today. Eagles in those fly white uniforms. Those look a little bit different with the white and orange on their uniforms. First 6 games here for the Eagles. They have not won yet this season. They're 0-6 in conference. Their last game came at Dominican in their first CACC game of the year, losing at Dominican 65-56. This is only their second home game of the season. Their lone home game of the year came on the 16th of November when they lost to Staten Island 72-68. Let's take a quick look at our starting lineups. First for the Eagles, Courtney Burns in her second year. She's been playing with a lot of different starting lineups. Jaden Burns, Aaron Harris, Jasmine Day Cox, Cameron Porter, and Alyssa Rossignol, the 5 here to start for the Eagles. Rossignol is the only player in this lineup that has started all 6 games of the season. She'll make her 7th start. Jasmine Day Cox, a freshman from Boston, Massachusetts, making her 2nd start of the season. And for University of Bridgeport, they're not off to a great start here to begin this year as well. They're 1-7 overall. But on Tuesday, they did win their first conference game at home against Bloomfield 57-49. Their starting 5 is Savannah Prescott, Zakiya Frazier, Nia Witten, Anna Gascon, and Shakira Hester. Hester in that game against Bloomfield, she had 19 points and 17 rebounds, a monster stat line. All right, let's do it. Eagles in the home whites. Purple Knights in the black uniforms. The Eagles have not lost to the Purple Knights in a little over 11 years. They've won the last 5 meetings. It'll be Frazier and Rossignol to jump it up at half court. Officials getting set. Tip is up. Off we go. The 15th all-time matchup. Eagles 6-8. All-time against the Purple Knights. Again, they've won the last 5 meetings. They haven't lost to Bridgeport since 2013. Nia Witten, second on the team in points per game this season. Knifing, Witten sneaks inside, lost it out of bounds, turnover for Bridgeport on their first offensive possession. Again, the Eagles have struggled this season. Again, only 0-6. They're looking for their first win of the season. It's been a struggle scoring the basketball, only averaging 54 points per game, and they're not shooting it too well from the field, 33%. Courtney Burns in her second year did an outstanding job with the team last year. It's understandable why they're having some struggles to begin this year. It's basically a whole new team. 7 to shoot. Harris, pump it, feed it. Burns, kick it. Porter, launch it. Well short. This is the team last year, the Eagles. Again, brand new team here this season. Only Naj White, Raquel Washington, and Jaden Burns returning. They started the season last year 2-4. They ended the year 12-4 in conference and 17-10 overall. So it's a long season. A lot can happen. They get Harris for the foul. Harris, a Division I transfer from St. Peter's. James Howard, the second-year head coach here for Bridgeport. So both of our head coaches in their second year with their respective programs. Hester, Burns, defends. Looking, whistle. We'll get a whistle and a hold on Rossignol. Get the shot clock reset to 20. Prescott will trigger under the basket. Prescott did not hit a field goal in the game against Bloomfield on Tuesday. Was 0 for 8. Triggers it in. Gascon from Spain. Tripped, stolen. Day Cox cookies. Work it out. Burns. Day Cox knifing, floating. Burns, offensive board. Tied up with Prescott. We get a jump ball. It'll stay here with the Eagles. Get into Rossignol. Rossignol spins. Feed it. Cutter. Harris. Foul. And that will send Aaron Harris, the graduate student from West Haven, Connecticut, to shoot a pair. Harris has appeared in all 6 games prior to today, starting at 4 of them. It's the free throw to get the scoring started here. Eagles on the board first. Only the 6th and 7th free throw of the season here for Harris. She's 2 for 5 from the free throw line coming into today as she hits a pair. The Eagles show full court pressure. Hester feed it towards the middle. Witten, turnover. Porter gets on the deck. Swing it. Harris looking for Rossignol. She's got it to Rossignol. Right back. Give and go. Another foul. And we'll get Harris right back to the free throw line where she was just 2 for 2. Harris, 4 for 4 from the free throw line to begin this one, and the Eagles with a 4-0 lead. Harmony Earth Wiley into the game here for Gascon. Earth Wiley, 15 points against Bloomfield on Tuesday. Prescott calls out a set. Prescott might have gotten away with a carry there. The fans here wanted the call. Hester inside. Frazier could not save it, stepping on the baseline. Bridgeport a little discombobulated to start here offensively, as Hannah Finnerty will sub into the game here for the first time. Finnerty, a sophomore, spent her freshman year at Siena Division I program. 3rd on the team in points per game is Finnerty, averaging 7.8. Rossignol flashes to the nail, pulls the J. Gascon, 1 dribble, 1 shot. Bodies hit the deck. They get it on Day Cox. No, they get it on Finnerty, not Day Cox. Prescott to inbound, get it into Hester. Cutter, Harmony Earth Wiley, didn't see her. Prescott at the controls, 10 to shoot. Hester, swing it. Gascon into the post. Frazier strong for 2. And the Purple Knights on the board. It's 4-2 Eagles. Bridgeport men's basketball team chanting defense. Day Cox swing, launch, 3 up and off by Porter. And the push ahead, Earth Wiley. Gascon the offensive board, back up and in, and we're knotted up at 4 apiece with nearly 4 minutes gone here in the opening quarter. Finnerty, bounce, Burns. Another bounce, Rossi Knoll, fouled. And she'll go to the free throw line and shoot a pair. Rossi Knoll 4 for 6 from the free throw line here in the first 6 games. As Jackie Russell will sub out Porter. Freshman for freshman right there. Rossi Knoll misses both. Finnerty, offensive rebound. Burns, knifing, sneaking inside and picking up the 2. Jaden Burns, one of the 3 returners here from the Eagles for this team last year. Stolen, Rossi Knoll, bounce it, Cutter, Finnerty. Wow. All for the reverse, no glass needed. And the Eagles turn defense into offense and go back up by 4. Throw it ahead, Earth Wiley. Purple Knights break the press. Day Cox, steal. Looking to get ahead of the field for 2. Timeout, Bridgeport. Eagles with an excellent start to this one, leading 10-4 with 5:21 to play here in the first quarter. Naj White, their leading scorer, not suiting up. But no problem thus far for the Eagles, a 6-point lead. Out of the quick Bridgeport timeout. Good timeout called there by James Howard off of the 6-0 Eagles run to take a 10-4 lead as we welcome you back inside to the Drubner Center. 5:21 to play here in the first quarter. Prescott, Frazier, Earth Wiley, Gascon, and Ciara Savalusi into the game for the first time. Savalusi wearing number 11. Goes to Savalusi, and she'll bring it near the timeline. Approaching the midway point here in this opening quarter. Eagles 3 for 7 from the field here to start. Purple Knights 2 for 4. Eagles with a 6-point lead, looking to get their first win of the season and get their 6th consecutive win over Bridgeport. That's a nice baseline pull-up by Earth Wiley, and she sticks it. And had 15 points against Bloomfield on Tuesday. Off of the bench, played a lot of minutes. Swung, Finnerty, pump, flyby. Swung around here to Day Cox. Finnerty, no hesitation. Nicole Parks is also into the game for the first time for the Eagles. So it's Parks, Russell, Finnerty, Emma Carmen into the game for the first time, the former Quinnipiac Bobcat, and Day Cox. Backcourt. They get it on Savalusi. Maria Johnson, the freshman from Denver, Colorado, will sub out Frazier. Tried to bounce it to Russell off of the cut, and the Purple Knights in the passing lane. Hester, drive, kick, extra feed, Johnson. Gascon, good ball movement, Johnson, short. Day Cox pushes right down the middle. Carried, yeah, easy call. As Aaron Harris is back in, Day Cox will get a breather. Seven turnovers here for Bridgeport in this first quarter. They're shooting it pretty well from the field, 3 for 6. That ball hit out of bounds there. Last touch, Harris. Savalisi, Gascon, Johnson. Loose handle, thrown out of bounds. 8 turnovers now for Bridgeport. In this opening quarter, Rossignol in, Carmen out. Russell. Rossignol. Harris, fouled. That, I think, will be on the floor. Yeah, it's on the floor. Shot clock going to reset to 20. The Eagles hungry for their first win of the season. DHO action. Russell, pass deflected. Got it back. Nine to shoot. Finerty, fouled. Looked like that was on the pass. No, it wasn't. It was in the shooting motion, so that will send Finerty to the free throw line. Porter in, Russell out. Finerty 4 for 6 from the free throw line coming into today. High archer knocks down the back end of 2. Eagles up 5. 3 minutes to play here in the opening quarter. So glad you're with us here at the Drubner Center. Second doubleheader of the season for the women's and the men's team. Johnson got it. +1. A chance at 3 for the freshman from Denver. Oh, Bridgeport really needed that offensively. A good momentum swing for them. Johnson did not play in the conference opener against Bloomfield on Tuesday. Misses a free throw, can't complete the three-point play. But it's a one-possession game as we are coming up on 2:45 to play here in the first. Porter, swing it, Finerty, extra feed. Lasers one inside, Porter, excellent ball movement, but one too many passes, Gascon gets in the passing lane. Johnson, killer cross. Euro step, traveled. And the University of Bridgeport men's basketball team, they can't believe it. They're incredulous over there. As Day Cox and Burns subbing back in for the Eagles, Finerty and Parks will sub out. Throwing off of someone's leg. Yeah, Harris thought that it should have been a kick ball. Eagles get it right back, however. Harris pushing, kicking, Burns, firing, book it. It's a 3. Timeout called. Bridgeport. A 30-second timeout. Eagles back up by 6, equaling their largest lead of the opening quarter. Out of the quick Bridgeport timeout, we have 1:56 to play here in the first quarter. Eagles looking for their first win of the season. 0-6 to start. Got to remember last year they started 2-4, ended the year 17-10, and 12-4 in conference. It's a long season, and this team is new. A lot of newcomers coming in from several Division I programs, so the continuity going to pick up as the season goes along. Prescott smoked the layup on the doorstep. Gascon misses. Burns ripping the rebound away and fouled. They get it on Prescott. The Eagles are in the bonus, so we will go to the other side of the floor, and it will be Burns to the charity stripe. Burns 2 for 5 from the free throw line on the year, averaging 4 points a game, 2.6 rebounds. A senior from New London, Connecticut, not too far here from Waterbury. String music on the first of 2. This is the Eagles' largest lead of the first half. Bridgeport has not led once here in this opening quarter. Johnson rebound, 1 for 2 trip there for Burns. Prescott. Prescott looking, bouncing, Gascon. Turnovers have been a huge key here for Bridgeport. Key to the deficit, I should say. 11 turnovers now for UB here in this opening quarter. Traveled. Daycox, Eagles' 5th turnover of the opening quarter. And with 1:09 to play here in the first, it'll be Bridgeport ball down 7. Second conference game here for both teams. Eagles 0-1 in conference. Purple Knights 1-0. As another turnover. They are just killing Bridgeport here in this opening quarter is the turnovers. 12 turnovers in the first quarter. Down screen for Porter. And almost lost a DHO there. We're under a minute to play here in the first quarter. And Porter couldn't catch the ball. Out of bounds. 6th turnover of the first quarter for the Eagles. Porter subs out. Russell subs in. Driving kick, pass deflected. Johnson, 13 turnovers now for Bridgeport in this first quarter. Bridgeport averages 21.5 turnovers a game. Harris looking, get into Rossignol. We're under 40 seconds to play here in the first quarter. Burns. Driving kick. Russell. And Adelise Carabello into the game for the first time. Let it go out of play. We're number 4 for Bridgeport, so Carabello, Prescott, Hester, Gascon, and Earth Wiley. The 5 on the floor here to close this first quarter for the Purple Knights. Russell, Burns, Harris, Rossignol, and Dave Cox. The 5 on the floor here for the Eagles to close out this first quarter. Dribble handoff. Shot clock and game clock nearly identical. It's shoveled inside to Hester, who banks it home. 4, 3, 2, Dave Cox. And that will take us to the end of the first quarter. Eagles with a 5-point lead at the end of the first 10 minutes. Looking for their first win of the season. Second quarter is coming your way next. Bridgeport on pace to eclipse their turnovers per game average on the season. In this first half, they had 13 turnovers in that first half. They averaged 21.5 turnovers per game through the first 8 games, as we are ready for the start of the second quarter. So glad you're with us here on the CACC Network. Griffin Castle on end here at the Drubner Center on the campus at Post University in Waterbury, Connecticut. Bridgeport will start with it to begin this second quarter. 15-10 lead here for the Eagles, looking for their first win of the season. Make it 14 turnovers to open up the second quarter. And I know that's not what James Howard in his second season here with UB had drawn up out of the timeout, out of the break, I should say. 3-2 zone, it appears here for Bridgeport. Rossignol, Russell, Burns, Harris, and Day Cox, the 5 on the floor here for Post to open things up in the second quarter. Rossignol, Jay, Carabello rebound. Carabello, Prescott, Earth Wiley, Gascon, and Hesser, the 5 on the floor here for Bridgeport, here to begin things in the second quarter. Hesser, doubled, Cutter, Prescott, stripped, 15 turnovers. Harris, fouled. Dead under the basket here. Eagles' largest lead here in this first half thus far was at 7 when it was 15-8. Eagles not shooting it well from the field here, but turnovers are destroying Bridgeport in this first half. Burns up, under, scooping, missed it. Ton of razzle-dazzle, but could not cash in. As Sade Young, the senior guard from Brooklyn, New York, will see her first action here in this one. Young, Earth Wiley, pumped it, dries it, turns it over. 16 turnovers, and the Eagles turn it into offense with Day Cox going coast to coast for 2. The Eagles have equaled the largest lead of the first half. It is at 7. Nearly another turnover. Young breaks the press. Carabello knifing. Count it. Nope, on the floor. Not an and one. As India Lee, the freshman, getting her first action here in this one. Subbing out Earth Wiley. No, one shot. It's an and one. Yeah, so an and one there for Carabello. Carabello completes a 3-point play. The sophomore off of the bench from the Bronx. 4-point game. Rossignol down deep. Emma Carmen, the former Quinnipiac Bobcat, getting set to sub in here for the Eagles. Young, loose handle. Nearly another turnover, driving kick. Lee, pull up, cash. That was smooth. Defender draped all over, and she nails it, and it's a 2-point game. So despite the 16 first half turnovers, Bridgeport only down by 2. Rossignol and Russell out, Carmen and Porter in. Eagles just haven't shot it well in this first half. Only shooting at 33% from the field, 5 for 15. Bridgeport shooting it very well from the field here in this first half. 7 for 12. It's just the turnovers traveled. Carmen picked up the pivot. The Eagles commit their 7th turnover of this first half. 7:18 to play here in the second quarter. Again, just a friendly reminder as Daycox nearly stole it. Friendly reminder that the men's game is coming up next. Second doubleheader here at Post this basketball season. First one was on the 16th of November. Both Eagles teams lost on that one. Eagles, this women's team blew a big lead against CSI, lost by 4. Driving kick, Young, Gascon for the lead, fouled on the 3. The graduate student from Spain, Barcelona, going to shoot 3 here at the line with 7 minutes even to play here in the second. So an opportunity for Gascon and the Purple Knights to take the lead despite 16 turnovers. Gets a soft bounce on the first. Gascon 4th on the team in points per game. 8th game that she's appeared in. She started in all games that she has appeared in as she misses a second. 2 for 4 from the free throw line for Gascon coming into today. And she hits 2 of 3 to tie the game up at 17. I mean, if you were to tell someone that a team commits 16 turnovers, not even at the midway point of the second quarter, and the game is tied, they would think that you're crazy. Bridgeport's so fortunate to be right here in this one with 16 turnovers. Backdoor Carmen. And lead the board. Bridgeport with an opportunity to take their first lead of the game. Hester on the doorstep, flips it up, rolls off of the rim. Gascon and Bridgeport, for the first time here this afternoon, has the lead despite committing 16 turnovers. Incredible. Huge run here for Bridgeport. Eagles a little flat here offensively. Cross, kick, Finnerty lines it up. Bullseye. It's a 3. Oh boy, did the Eagles need that one. Ends the Bridgeport run. It was a 9-0 run. Finnerty ends it and regains the lead for the Eagles. Young doubled. Hester drive. Hester offensive. 17 turnovers now for Bridgeport. As Raquel Washington will come into the game for the first time. Parks in for the Eagles. Hester and James Howard conveying to the official their displeasure, thought that it was a block. Porter, swing it. Washington, bounce it. They're playing twister for it. Parks, jump ball. Possession, Eagles. And the play is Syracuse that is called out from Courtney Burns. So let's see what we got here off of the under the basket out of bounds. 5:25 to play here in the second quarter. 1 point Eagles lead. Throw it into Parks. DHO with Daycox. Lasers one inside. Washington out to Finnerty. Just hit one back to back. Yes, sir! Finnerty has got a smooth-looking stroke, and the Eagles with a 4-point lead. Finnerty into no, she's got 9 now, leading the Eagles in scoring. Lee put it on the deck, pulls it. Finnerty, hot hand, swing it. Porter. Taking what the defense is giving her. And the 3 is off. Parks saves it in. Cox hit out of bounds there by Lee. And it will stay here with posts with 4:31 to play here in the first half. Cox, Porter, Washington, Parks, Finnerty, the 5 on the floor here for your Eagles. Looking for their first win of the season. 0-6 to start the season. Finnerty, is she feeling it? Airmails this one, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch, Washington, they say. Eagles in a 2-1-2 press. Young breaks the press and nearly turns it over. Bridgeport gets on a jump. It's going to stay here with UB with 4:09 to play here in the first half. Young, trigger it in. Hester, hounded, kick it. Lee, extra feed, Gascon. Long rebound, Cox with a head of speed. Cox for 2. Coast to coast. And a 6-point Eagles lead. Jasmine Cox provides a ton of energy for this Eagles team. We get a whistle and a foul to go on Washington. Second leader in points per game this year. Rossignol will sub out Washington with 3:39 to play here in the first half. Big game here. Conference matchup early in the season. Eagles' second conference matchup. Purple Knights' second conference meeting. Goes out of bounds. Another turnover. Russell in, Porter out. Earth Wiley coming back in here for Bridgeport. Lee will sub out. 19 first half turnovers for Bridgeport. They are nearly at their season average in turnovers per game at 21.5. Finnerty, swing it. Kick it. Russell, no hesitation. Banks in a 3. The bank is indeed open on a Saturday. And the Eagles on an 8-0 run, back up by 8. No, pardon me, they're on a 10-0 run. Yeah, it was 19-17. Bridgeport, 20 turnovers. Numbers, Finnerty. Hit out of bounds, they say last touch Bridgeport with 3 minutes even to play here in the first half. Burns back in for post, and Parks will sub out. Kaylee Valley will see her first action for Bridgeport. Young subs out. Valley, a sophomore from Providence. So a lot of Bridgeport players seeing action here in this first half. Finnerty, swing it. Deflected, Rossignol's got it. Backdoor, Finnerty, beautiful cut for 2. It is a 12-0 Eagles run, and they go up by 10. This is the largest lead of the first half for the Eagles. Valley, Gascon. 21 turnovers. Rossignol, the bounce, Burns. Rejected out of bounds there by Valley. Cox, Rossignol, Russell, Burns, Fernerdi. 5 on the floor for post. Throw it in. Rossignol, DHO. Fernerdi looking for Burns. Yeah, 3 seconds, Burns. She was camped out in the lane. And the Eagles' 9th turnover of this first half. Eagles have done a really good job not committing turnovers. They've averaged a ton through the first 6 games, 24 per game. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Almost a 20-second turnover for Bridgeport. UB 8 for 16 from the field. Post 10 for 24 for the field in this first half with 2 minutes even to play in the second quarter. Valley got to get it in and finds Earth Wiley. Swing it. Gascon. Bridgeport needs it, and they do not get it. Ball hit out of bounds. They say last touch Bridgeport. Yeah, it appeared that it was last touch by Burns. And James Howard questioning the same exact thing. Rossignol flashes. Not on the same page there with Porter. And that's just, yeah, that's what we're talking about here, about a new team with the continuity. It's going to take some time to understand how your teammates play. It takes a while to learn how to play off each other. Chemistry is such a huge component here in basketball. And this team's going to figure it out. It feels like they're going to hit their stride pretty soon. Up by 10 in a big conference game here to start the season. It's also just big for their confidence here. They need to get into the win column starting the season 0-6. And not to mention, this is a CACC matchup. This is what really matters. Not that your overall record doesn't matter, but your conference record is just a little more important. Valley. Carabello, kick it. Bridgeport's been a dry spell here on this side of the floor. 6 to shoot. Hester, been quiet, pulls it, and misses. Leak out ahead. Turnover. As we come up on a minute to play here in the first half. Knifing, infiltrating the lane is Valley, floats and fouled. Daycox in, Fernerdi out. Valley only 2 free throws through the first 8 games, 0 for 2. Maker 0 for 3 on the year from the free throw line. Decent crowd on hand here for this women's game. 0 for 4 now from the free throw line is Valley, but Earth Wiley with the offensive rebound. She wants it inside. She's got it inside and gets whacked by Burns, and she'll go shoot a pair with 54.2 remaining in the first half. That ends the 12-0 Eagles run with the second made free throw. It's a 9-point game. Rossignol chiseling and fouled. She'll shoot a pair. Rossignol has not scored yet. She is 0 for 2 from the free throw line, 0 for 3 from the field. A sophomore from Enfield, Connecticut. She spent her first collegiate season with a Division I program in the MAC, Niagara. as she misses the first of two. 31.3 remaining in this first half. Eagles looking for their first win of the season. Bridgeport has not beaten post since 2013. Eagles have won the last 5 meetings. 1 for 2 in that trip for Rossignol. She's in the scoring column now. And it's back to a double-digit Eagle lead. Bridgeport turned it over, but Day Cox was stepping on the sideline. It'll stay here with Bridgeport. Bridgeport has eclipsed their turnovers per game average here in the first half. It's 21.5 through the first 8 games. They have 22 here in the first half. I mean, they're fortunate to only be down by 10. They're right here. They're 1 run away from grabbing the lead or tying the game. They can have the last shot of the half here with 13 seconds remaining. Side out, Gascon triggers it into Hester. Gascon jumper. Eagles with still some time. Porter with 1. Porter floats it up. Oh, almost went LeBron style back in 2018 against the Raptors with that runner. We have hit halftime. Eagles with a 10-point lead as we have hit the break. Bridgeport fortunate to only be down by 10 with 22 turnovers in that first half. Halftime is here. We'll take 15 minutes and step aside. The second half, it's coming your way next. Post University Eagles women's basketball 20 minutes away from their first victory of the season as we welcome you back inside here to the Drumner Center and courtside. Griffin Cass on hand. Couldn't speak there. Glad you're with us here on this Saturday afternoon. 22 turnovers for Bridgeport in that first half. They're lucky to only be down by 10. Pretty crazy to think about. Eagles 40% from the field. Purple Knights 42% from the field. We're ready for the start of the second half. Eagles 0-6 on the year. Overall, 0-1 in conference. Purple Knights 1-7 on the year, 1-0 in CACC play. This is only the second home game of the year for the Eagles. They lost their lone home game on the 16th of November to Staten Island. Eagles will start with it to begin the second half. Second half, it's underway. Glad you are with us here on the CACC network. Eagles haven't lost to the Purple Knights in 11 years. November 2013 was the last loss. They've won the last 5 meetings. Rossignol poked. Harris. Burns. Kick it. Harris line it up. Eagles in their lone home game this year, they had a big lead at halftime, but they blew it in the second half. Let's see if they can hang on here today. This one a conference matchup. The Eagles were the North Division champions last year. Across the lane goes Witten. Gascon foul line, hesitates, pulls, and Daycox clears. Trailer, Burns. Bridgeport in this 2-3. Rossignol. Baseline. Chiseling on the doorstep and gets the 2. Rossignol with her first field goal here in this one. Now 1 for 4 from the field, and she's got 3. And we get a foul by Porter on Prescott. .8:43 to play here in the third. Again, a friendly reminder, the men's game is coming up next year between Post and Bridgeport. Should be a fun one, both teams with winning records. Here to start the season, throw it inside. Earth Wiley, the kick, the drive, Gascon, nice take for 2. And Bridgeport on the board here in the second half. They got to clean up the turnovers here in the second half. If they would have just limited those turnovers, even by a little bit, they could have had the lead. Rossignol, hot hand early to start this second half. Second on the team in points per game this year at 9 a game. The only player on the team that has started in all games that she has appeared in. Witten breaks free for 2. Straight line drive to the cup. Easy deuce. And yeah, Courtney Burns could not have liked that defensive breakdown. She elects to call for time. It's a 10-point game. 7:57 to play here in the third. Quick Eagles 30-second timeout. 2 minutes and 3 seconds played here in the third. Big conference matchup here. Beginning of December. Eagles 0-1 in CACC play. They were picked to win the North Division by the coaches in the preseason. Pretty much a brand new team here in 24-25 under second-year head coach Courtney Burns. Rossignol, Cutter, Harris, get that weak stuff out of here. Do not go in there. Earth Wiley put it on hold. What a swat. Rossignol, Cutter, Burns. They're playing twister for a jump. Bridgeport definitely has a little better energy here coming out of the second half. You could probably guess that the coaching staff were ripping into them due to the 22 turnovers. They get possession right here. Sarah Hester, only 2 points and 2 rebounds. She triggers it in. She had 19 points and 17 rebounds for Bridgeport on Tuesday against Bloomfield. They'd probably want to get her going. She's got it here at the top. Quick swing, Prescott. Loose handle, Daycox. Quick hands, hits it out of bounds. Witten storms in and draws a foul. I think they'll get it on the floor. Yeah, on the floor, so it'll be Bridgeport under the basket. Fernardi leading all scorers in the game with 11 subs in for Porter. Gascon. Throw it inside on the doorstep. And one. Earth Wiley, a chance at 3. And Bridgeport within single digits. Earth Wiley now with 5. She's 2 for 3 from the field, 1 for 2 from the free throw line. And had 15 points off of the bench against Bloomfield on Tuesday. Free throw up and through. 7-point game. Rossignol rips through, puts it up, and draws the foul. Rossignol 1 for 4 from the free throw line here in this one. She'll shoot her 5th and 6th free throws. Rossignol misses the first off of the heel. Earth Wiley needs a Band-Aid as she heads over to the bench. Again, no Naj White here for the Eagles. Only Eagle in double-figure points per game on the year with 12.4. She is not suited up. She is in street clothes here this afternoon as the Eagles eyeing their first win of the season, starting the year 0-6 and looking to get to 500 in the CACC. Back end of 2 falls for Rossignol. Back to an 8-point game. Got 15th all-time matchup here. Bridgeport and post. Eagles force another turnover. Rossignol, baseline J. Sure. Eagles 8 for 14. No, pardon me. They are 12 for 29 now from the field. 6.5 to play here in the third. It goes into the backcourt. They say deflected. Jump ball. It will be Eagles ball. Russell is in here for the Eagles. So it's Harris, Burns, Russell, Rossignol, and Fernardi. Rossignol, muscle into her hustle for 2. Strong take, and Rossignol is starting to heat up here in this one for the Eagles. She is into double figures now with 10 travel, 24 turnovers now on Bridgeport. Russell pumps it. Harris. Doubled. Rossignol. Traveled. Burns and Parks. No, Burns not coming in. Parks will come in for Rossignol. Prescott. Doubled. Breaks the press. Witten across the lane. Kick it. Gascon. Boy, did Bridgeport need that one to go down. Russell's the trailer. Washington into the game. Threads the needle inside. They kick it. Fernerdi. Parks. Fouled. Earth Wiley subs out. Frazier subs in. Frazier started in this one, but she's only played 6 minutes. Parks. Nicole Parks, a junior forward from Fall River, Massachusetts. She is a transfer from Colgate Division I program. Hits both, and the Eagles with a 14-point lead with nearly 5 minutes to play in this third quarter. So approaching the midway point here in the third. Hester been quiet. Eagles stifling defense on that possession. They force yet another Bridgeport turnover. Washington got it, kick it. Russell didn't want it. She'll drive it, she'll feed it. Fernerdi pumps. Parks fouled on the floor by Hester. Shot clock at 10 will reset to 20. Box set up here. Russell comes off of it. She's got a good look at it. Russell short. And Prescott comes out of the pack. Stumbles. Washington jump. Possession, Purple Knights. Gascon uses the screen. Frazier rolls. Get a foul on the floor. It goes against post. They get it against Russell. Kick, Prescott, too strong. Gascon feeds, tipped, Washington the board. As we come up on 4 minutes to play here in the third. Eagles with a 14-point lead. Looking to add to it right here. Parks, nice move, stumbled, fell, travel. Plethora of substitutions coming in here. Rossignol, Day, Cox, and Burns into the game here for post. Savalosi into the game for Prescott on the Bridgeport side. It'll be UB ball. This is the largest lead of the game for post. Witten pulls, Witten hits. Bridgeport has only held the lead for 21 seconds here in this one. It has been all post. As we are under 3.5 to play in the third. Burns bouncing, Harris kicking, and Dave Cox will reset it and swing for Russell. Rossino flashes, bounces, Burns pumps, missed it. Dave Cox up and down. She is relentless. Gives a ton of great energy, does Dave Cox. She is 4 for 6 now from the field. Give her 8. Right down the middle, the floater by Gascon too strong. And Russell the board. Rossino flashes, bounces, cutter, blocked. Excellent rejection there by Hester. And Witten coming into the front court here. Savalosi drives, kicks, Hester got it. She has been pretty much silent in this one for 4th point now, coming off of a monster stat line against Bloomfield on Tuesday with 19 points and 17 rebounds. Only 4 points and 2 rebounds here in this one. Rossino, Burns, offensive, fouled. Carmen and Fernerdi in. The Eagles outscoring the Purple Knights 13-11 here in the third. Outscored them 15-10 in both the first and second quarters. Rossino, Dave Cox, extra feed ball hopping around. Fernerdi, drive, Carmen, 2 to shoot. Russell blocked by Hester. Hester now with 2 blocks here in this one. As we are under 150 to play here in the third. Savalosi bounces, turns it over. 27 turnovers now. The kick, Carmen. Fernerdi, the weak side offensive rebound, and a fresh 20 for post. Skips it. Dave Cox open, uncorked a 3. Savalosi push, swing it, drive it in, pulls it up, and Gascon drops it in for 2. Back to a 10-point game. This is the lead that the Eagles came into this third quarter with, as we are at a minute to play in the third. Russell, high archer. Frazier spinning, hooking, scoring for 2. Back to an 8-point game. Turnover, Eagles. Harris and Burns back in. Russell and Rossino out. 38.6 remaining in the third. Eagles unraveling a little bit here in the last 2 minutes. Bridgeport can make it a 2-possession game here on this possession. There is an 8-second difference shot in game clock. It is skipped. Witten for 3. No, long 2. Either way, it is a 2-possession game. 6 points is the lead for the Eagles. The shot clock is off. They can settle it down and take the final shot of the half. No. Dave Cox backcourt. Dave Cox backcourt. Eagles turnover. Bridgeport can make it a 1-possession game with a 3 here on this possession, and they can take the final shot of the quarter with the shot clock dark. Witten lines it up. Gascon, 3-2, floats and scores. Bridgeport with an incredible end to the third. They have cut the deficit down to 4 as we head to the fourth. You are watching Division II Women's CACC basketball on the CACC Network. 30 minutes are in the books. We have 10 to go. Stick around. It's a 4-point game as we head to the fourth. Anna Gascon with 14 to lead the way for Bridgeport. They've cut the deficit down to 4 as we start the fourth quarter here on the CACC Network. Bridgeport outscored the Eagles 19-13 in that third quarter. They were down 41-27, and they go on a 12-2 run to end the third. Ending quarters, ending halves, so important. And the Eagles slip up a little bit there to end the third and look to regain composure here to start the fourth, looking for their first win of the season. Daycox, Porter, Harris, Burns, and Rossignol. 5 on the floor here for the Eagles to begin the fourth quarter. Cavalosi, Witten, Frazier, Gascon, and Hester, the 5 here for Bridgeport to begin the fourth. 5 to shoot. Burns drives, leans, bounces, travel. Lifted up that pivot foot, and Bridgeport with an opportunity here to make it a one-possession game. Cavalosi get it ahead. Gascon stops, kicks. Hester swings. Witten couldn't catch it cleanly. DHO now Cavalosi. She'll pull, and it's off the front iron. Frazier, the offensive rebound, back up and in for 2. It is a one-possession game. Eagles up by 14 in the few final minutes of the third. That lead has evaporated. It's only at 2 now. Bounce. Harris fouled. They get it on Gascon. And it will be Harris to shoot 2. 4 for 4 from the line is Harris. All 4 of those free throws coming in the first minute or 2 of the first quarter. So she hasn't been here in a while. Again, men's game between Post and Bridgeport following the conclusion of this one. Stick around for that one. Harris now 5 for 5 from the free throw line. Eagles with a double-digit lead in their lone home game this year against Staten Island on the 16th. Blew that lead and lost by 4. And the same pattern might be true here for this one. Can they hang on as Harris is money from the free throw line? Back to a 4-point lead. 8:45 to play here in the fourth. Cavalosi, Witten, Hester. Cavalosi took her eyes off of the ball. 28 turnovers now for Bridgeport, but they have done a better job with the turnovers in the second half. They had 22 in the first half, only 6 now in the second half. Still 28, just too large of a number. Burns pulls and hits. Back to a 6-point Eagles lead. Throw it ahead. The drive, Witten leaves it inside, got it back, off of the foot iron, spins for 2. A little over 2 minutes elapsed here in the fourth. Rossignol jabs. Rossignol fires off of the front iron. Zavalisi, the board behind the back. Zavalisi fouled on the floor. So Bridgeport will take it under the basket. Gascon comes to get it. Pass deflected, nearly stolen there by Harris across the lane. Hester on the doorstep and gets to herself two. Back to a 2-point game. Hester now with 6, 3 for 5 from the field. Hasn't been a huge factor here in this one. Whips the pass, Rossignol took her eyes off of it. And Bridgeport, as Parks and Finnerty sub in, Bridgeport can tie or take the lead right here on this possession. Fouled, Daycox on the floor. Gascon flashes out. Zavalisi fake the handoff, takes it inside, turns it over. 29 turnovers now in the game for Bridgeport. We're under 7 to play here in the fourth. Harris, Parks spins. Hester clears. Again, Bridgeport can tie or take the lead right here. Oh, it's on the floor, picked up, jump ball. Daycock's been everywhere. It is Bridgeport ball. So next jump goes to post, Washington coming in. Burns will sub out, a returner for a returner. The third returner, White, in street clothes here today. Zavalisi to inbound, looking, throwing in. Inside, oh, Frazier couldn't catch it. Trailer, Daycox. Parks, bounces, Washington. Ball goes out of bounds, they say last touch, Purple Knights. 6:23 to play here in the fourth. The Eagles will take it under the basket. Hand it off, Harris. Finnerty, rise and fire, jumper just short. And Witten the board and fouled by Washington in the backcourt. Zavalisi, loose handle, goes into the backcourt. Gascon ahead, inside, Frazier fouled. Frazier will shoot two made free throws, and we're knotted up. Rossignol in, Washington out. Russell and Harris out. Frazier will be our first free throws here in this one. 13 for 14 from the free throw line on the year, now 13 for 15. A 93% free throw shooter coming into this one. Misses both. The Eagles get a break. Stays at a 2-point lead. Turnover, Witten, interception. Drive, we're tied. It has been all Bridgeport since about 2 to 3 minutes left in the third. Porter coming back in for post. Cox will sub out. Harris comes in, and Russell comes out. The Eagles will take it under the hoop. Porter, Rossignol, one dribble, one shot. Rebound, fought for. Parks has got it and fouled. Parks with a high motor right there. Bridgeport outscoring post by 10 here in the second half. You don't want to leave her open, but she can't hit it. Long shot, long rebound. Gascon with it. Savalisi into the front court. Bridgeport can take the lead right here as we approach the midway point here in the fourth. Witten. Kick. Hester. Jumper. Bridgeport leads. Savalisi with a baseline J. They have only led for 21 seconds here in the game. Parks, no. Rebound hit out of bounds. Hester. It'll stay here with post. Earth Wiley in, Frazier out. Bridgeport hasn't even led for 30 seconds here in this one, and they have a 2-point lead with 4:50 to play in the fourth. Courtney Burns got the timeout before the 5-second violation. High drama here at the Drumner Center. It's a CACC early season showdown. Bridgeport and post, and Bridgeport down by 10 coming into the half. They have a 2-point lead with 4:50 to play in the fourth. Out of the Eagles' timeout, they will take it under the basket with 4:50 to play in the fourth. Down by 2. Bridgeport has only had 30 seconds with the lead. Fernerdi for the lead. Savalisi at the controls just gave Bridgeport a 2-point lead. Swings it to Hester. Hester, drive, kick. Earth Wiley. Porter rebound and get it ahead for Nerdy. Galloping, trailer, Harris. Coming up on 4 to play here in the fourth. Bridgeport hasn't beaten the Eagles in 11 years. They have a 2-point lead with 4 minutes to play in regulation. Rossignol on the doorstep. Hooks, short. It has been a dry spell here for the Eagles. Only 4 points in the quarter. Nine to shoot. Gascon. Hester hit the deck. She's hurt. It goes into the backcourt. Turnover. And Hester in a world of pain with 3:24 to play in the fourth. An excellent sign there. Hester able to walk on her own power. So Eagles side out at half court on the far side. 3:24 to play here in the fourth. Bridgeport with a 2-point lead. Harris lost it. The Eagles now with 23 turnovers. So a lot of turnovers for Bridgeport in that first half, as Bridgeport wants a timeout, but a lot of turnovers for Post in this second half. 3:10 to play here in the fourth, a 2-point Bridgeport lead. Bridgeport has found something here in the second half. Outscore the Eagles 19-13 in the third, outscoring them 10-4 here in the fourth, as they are shooting 52% from the field on the game. Eagles have struggled from the field here in this one, 31%. They're only shooting 33% from the field on the season. It'll be Bridgeport ball out of the UB timeouts. Earth Wiley, Savalisi, Frazier, Gascon, and Witten, the five on the floor here for Bridgeport. Earth Wiley takes it in, bump, offensive? Yes. Offensive foul. Post ball with 3 minutes even to play here in the fourth. Again, just a friendly reminder, we still have one more Post and Bridgeport basketball game coming up next. It'll be the men's at the conclusion of this one. Stick around for that one. Right now, we got a drama finish here at the Drumner Center. Dave Cox has got it. Harris for the tie, for the tie. For the tie. We're knotted up at 49. Witten, drive, floater, fouled. And Witten a little slow to get up. 2 shots here for Witten. Hester back in. Frazier out. The foul on Burns. Witten, 2 big free throws here. Her first free throw of the game, she drills it to give Bridgeport a 1-point lead. UB has only had 2 minutes and 44 seconds with the lead. Short on the second. Earth Wiley, rebound. Reset it with 15 to shoot. Savalisi spin, kick. Witten, drive. Witten smoked it. Burns rebound fouled with 2:11 to play in the fourth. We will go to the other side of the court where Burns will shoot. 2:11 to play here in the fourth. 11-6 Bridgeport here in the fourth. They outscored Post 19-13 in the third. 1 for 2 is Burns from the free throw line. Hits the first to tie the game up at 50. Burns hits both. Eagles with a 1-point lead. Hester couldn't catch it. And Russell could not save it in. Bridgeport ball with 2:06 to play here in the fourth. Backcourt violation. Or pardon me, I should say 10-second violation. Eagles ball. 34 Bridgeport turnovers. And we're under 2 to play here in the fourth. Cox, swing it. Harris, bounce it. Another bounce. And an Eagles, no, not a turnover. It'll stay here as the Eagles have possession. So next jump ball is going to Bridgeport. 1:45 to play here in the fourth. Largest lead for Post was 14 at 43-29. Largest lead for Bridgeport was just a moment ago, 49-47. Rossino fades left to short. Savalisi into the front court. Whistle, timeout. Bridgeport with 1:34 to play here in the fourth. Exhilarating game, and especially an exhilarating finish here. It's 51-50 Post as we are coming out of the Bridgeport timeout with 1:34 to play in regulation. Bridgeport ball, down 1. They trailed by 14 when it was 43-29. And they found something here in the fourth, looking to complete a big comeback. Got to score here. Harmony Earth Wiley shovels it. Witten. 10 to shoot. Savalisi stripped, stolen. Cox cookies ahead of the field for 2. Gascon feeds and hits. She has been the offense for Bridgeport all afternoon long. The only player in double figures for Bridgeport now with 16. Eagles by 1, 45 seconds to play in the fourth. Russell looking to get it to Rossignol, 10 to shoot. Harris, drive, floater, comes off, Parks, in 1. Huge bucket for the Eagles. Nicole Parks with her first field goal of the game, now 1 for 3 from the field. And an opportunity to give the Eagles a 4-point lead. That would make it 2 possessions with 25.7 remaining. Carabello subbing in here for Bridgeport. as Witten is fouled out with 5 personals. Parks misses. Timeout, Bridgeport. It stays at a 1-possession game with 23.9 remaining in the fourth. Don't necessarily need a 3 here out of the timeout. James Howard drawing up an action for an out of the timeout play. Bridgeport is down 3 with 23.9 remaining in the fourth. You got to feel like Gascon will probably get a touch here. She has been the offense for Bridgeport this afternoon. The only player in double figures with 16. Hester, Gascon, Earth Wiley, Savalosi, and Carabello. The 5 on the floor here for Bridgeport. Finnerty, Rossignol, Day-Cox, Parks, and Harris. The 5 for the Eagles. Out of bounds, last touch Eagles. With 15.3 remaining in the fourth. The Eagles looking for their first win of the season. Bridgeport looking for their first win against Post in 11 years. Savalasi behind the back to kick. Carabello with 5, with 4, with 3. It is up, it is short. Day-Cox the rebound, fouled with 0.8 of a second remaining. One made free throw here, and you can book it. That one is off. Day-Cox misses. Heave. It's over. Eagles are in the win column. With a high drama finish here at the Jubner Center, they win at 55-52 to improve to 1-6 on the year. They win their 6th consecutive game against Bridgeport, and Post 1-1 now in conference as Bridgeport falls to 1-8 and drops to 1-1 in conference. Bridgeport will play at UNH in New Haven on Wednesday, their next matchup, and for Post they will play versus AIC right here in Waterbury on Wednesday. That'll do it. Eagles in the win column with their first win of the season. We'll have the post-game interview coming up next, and after that, the men's game.
All set.
All right, Post women's basketball gets into the win column here this season with a 55-52 win against Bridgeport. I'm Griffin Castro alongside junior forward Nicole Parks. Nicole, a little bit of a scary finish there for you guys, but how were you guys able to pull it out?
You know, at the beginning of the game, we all said if anything gets hard, like, we still have to come together, and that's the tightest we've ever been this season. You know, we struggled the first 6 games trying to get a win, but ultimately we just had each other's backs. So.
Yeah, like you mentioned, been a little bit of a struggle to start the season. 0-6 coming to this one. Just how good does it feel to get that first win?
It feels so good. We were all excited. We're about to party later on, you know, celebrate the win, but we just, you know, it goes back to us putting the work in practice and staying together and honing in on the fundamentals.
Your teammate Jasmine Daycock, 7 steals here today. Just talk about her impact on the defensive side.
You know, Jasmine is so athletic. We just love her coming in. She plays like a veteran, you know. Getting rebounds and steals is her bread and butter, so she just really played her role today.
You guys got out to a quick start, up by 10 going into halftime. Just what was working in that first half for you guys?
Definitely the defense. We talked to each other, we communicated, you know, we had each other's backs when we had to scramble on defense, so just being there for each other again.
You guys have ASC. Final question for you. ASC on Wednesday, just what's going to be the message going into that game and moving forward?
Just be ready for our defense. Our defense is destructible, so just be ready.
Nicole, thank you so much for taking some time after the game. Go enjoy the win with your teammates.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Thanks again.
Thank you very much. Have a good one.